Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Kevin, for setting the tone as usual, and thank you very kindly for for your effort in moderating this group. Really, really is a great. It's a great thing that you're doing, and I really greatly appreciate it. If you have anything, Kevin, that you specifically would like to be working on, let me know, okay? Just let me know. You can email me any specific ideas or anything that you think would be fun for you to work on. So I'd be happy to do that, okay? All right, so let's get doing. Raul, aloha. Aloha. All right, so we're doing the old tuning. We'll get the tuning fork rolling. Gets a little hot sometimes. Good morning, Raul. Good morning, Mark. And good morning, Sky Animates. This is great. I was thinking, I was reflecting a little bit about what exactly it is we are doing. So, what exactly it is that we are doing. And, all right, that's in my teeth here. Let's see if I can match it on the tone at the top of the guitar. Is a great place to also match the tone, and it is matched. Okay, all right, so we have, Doni, hi Jason, all right, so Doni, I'm not sure if I'm probably hacking your name, I apologize, but I'll do the best I can, and it's all in with good intention. You know what they say about good intentions, don't you? Yeah, had a wonderful day yesterday. I'm wanting to breathe a little bit, just get ready to start working on the guitar. I wanted to let you know, if you're just tuning in, that, I'm not sure if you're new to the channel or not, but good morning, Scott. Oh, you can check out Mr. Sterling's guitar on the community tab, the posts tab. It's a beautiful old guitar, beautiful guitar. It's like one of those rare birds. So I wanted to also let you know that we do have several beautiful guitars coming, and they'll be released soon. So there's sending me photographs of your guitars, sending us those guitars is just a thing of beauty. So we are basically doing these photo essays of our guitars, the guitars of the morning ritual, and giving them some space to be heard and seen. Gotta check the tuning, once in a while you can see that the tuning just needs a little extra just check, just to check to see where we're at. So let me sit back and just get comfortable here this morning. Mostly to find an angle where we can sort of just, chat, hang out, and talk shop. That's about it. So let's find a comfortable angle where we can sort of live for about an hour this morning. tune. So why don't we just go ahead and set our intention for this morning. We'll go ahead and set an intention. It could be it just should be really for you. Just set an intention for you, I'm setting mine for my, whether it's for this particular guitar practice session, or whether it's for the entire day. We're setting these intentions so that we can just get the most out of what we're doing here today, and just setting this time aside for ourselves, right? So it's very simple, very just easy approach. So let's think about that as we go through this tune-up, as we go through this morning ritual. So let's go ahead and explain this a little bit more. And fingers 3 and 4 are on frets 11 and 12. Ready? 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a 4 E and a. If you're just tuning in, I wanted to take just a moment, just a small moment. I guess that's what the word moment means anyway, isn't it? The moment is an invitation to this morning ritual for guitar growth. I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, this time of year, or otherwise Eastern Standard Time. But we're currently in Daylight Savings Time, which is, apparently a 50-50 issue. So I wanted to invite you to return. If you are just newly attending, I would like to invite you to return with your guitar in hand and practice along with us, or just simply observe and drink in some of these skills and some of these repetitions and meditations, so that we can, fold some new things into our guitar repertoire. Now, one of the reason why I do this specifically, so fingers 2 and 3 on 11 and 12, 2 E and a T E and a 4 E. I'm going to place the metronome is always at 60 beats per minute for the morning sessions. And that is by design. It's I'm walking down the street kind of tempo. It's very familiar to us. The second goes by. There are 60 seconds in a minute, 60 seconds in an hour. And so it's a very familiar breakdown for us, a rhythmic pattern. And I'm really enjoying seeing the likes here. If you're here, you can smash that like button or double tap the screen if you're on a mobile viewport. Good morning, Yana. Elastic, good morning. Oh, have you heard my song River? Oh yeah, Pink Floyd. Yeah, you can search my channel. Thanks, Kevin. So you can search my channel if you like, and just kind of 11 and 12, fingers 1 and 2, and 1 E and a 2 E and a you know what to do. You can search my channel. There's a bunch of Pink Floyd stuff on there. Some recent, some Mr. Gilmore stuff. Some more recent from Luck and Strange albums, so you can actually enjoy that if you would like. There's also a place on the internet, any place that you absorb, any place you absorb your music, any place you go to listen to music, you can find Jason Carey. There's a record called Rebirth it's a 2013 release, and I feel like it's a really great record for me. And there's a song on it. It's actually the opening song called River. You might like that. It's a pretty cool song. I wrote it for a friend. His son had aplastic anemia, and just to raise some awareness, funds. So 1 E and a fingers 3 and 4, stretch 10 and 12. Jimmy Norris, what's going on? Megadeth. Oh, yeah. You know, Megadeth is just one of my personal favorites. And anything like that is just so cool. So I just downloaded, I'm probably going to do a couple of tutorials while I have the trial running, but I just downloaded a trial with my iLock through Neural DSP. The Soldano amp model. I don't know if you guys have tried any of that stuff, but I'll tell you what. I started plugging it in, no pun intended, yesterday, and what a great sound. What a beautiful amplifier, you know, as far as plugins go. But it's the SLO, it's the model of the SLO, the famous guitar amp. And you might enjoy that. I'll probably play some of those tones. I'll probably end up purchasing it, but later this morning I have a Headrush Flex coming. So it's another amp modeler pedal coming that we're going to do some reviews on. So keep an eye out for that if you're into that kind of stuff. So I'm not sure if you're into that kind of stuff, but if you're here and some mornings 1E and 2E, fingers 2 and 3 and 10 and 12. Some mornings are going to be slower than others. And my idea of my job is to be here as a guitar practitioner, is to be here practicing the guitar. So it's really important to me just to be here more than it is to have a great number, a huge number of viewership, right? The viewership is sort of, not that your seat time is not important, but even if the numbers dwindle, I was thinking about this a little bit this morning. Even though I am here every weekday morning from 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard or Eastern Daylight Time, it's not like I expect anyone else to be here with me. But those who are with me are here to work on personal guitar growth, basically, and then just working on getting our minds ready for the guitar day. And hopefully this preparation, I'll shake my hands out a little bit, hopefully this preparation and this seat time in the mornings gives us some incentivization to continue with the guitar throughout the day. Now we run a risk, fingers 1 and 2 and 10 and 12, here we go. Nice little stretch. Robbie, good morning. 2 E and here we go, E and Mark, good morning. Izzy. Uh-oh, the acoustic's back. It is. Acoustic Unleashed. So anyway, I'm going to just jump around a little bit, working on focusing on breath and just reminding myself and my own personal intentions of why I am here doing this every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. It's just a live stream. It's just simply for guitar growth. Simply for guitar growth. It's not, there's nothing else going on, no other motivations really. I knew I planned on being at the guitar every weekday morning, 7 days a week, but I know I wanted to be here. And this is a way for me to actually get to the guitar, to have a time and a place and a space to get to the guitar, right? So we have one more exercise to do before we start working out with a stretch. We've got a nice stretch coming. So if you're just tuning in, this is what we're doing. Playing the guitar. 1 E and the fingers 2 and 4 and 9 and 12. Go. Yes, Jesus went through a whole lot. A lot of traveling, a lot of talking, a lot of bloodshed. I appreciate what he did. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Brian, do you know Jesus Christ as your... Yeah, absolutely. Amen. Good morning, Mark. Let's see. Sorry about the noise. I'm smashing the like button. Very nice. Hey Kev, the grandson shared their mega cold with me, snotty little angel. Ankle biters. It's about that time of year where we start taking the Martin. We'll grab the Martin or with any luck, I'll have a bourgeois guitar in my hands in the next couple of weeks or whatever, sooner than later. But anyway, whatever we do, we're taking the guitar with us in the van, and we're going to jump in the van and go check out some other backdrops. So we're not looking at the parlor the whole time. We're looking at some beautiful, lakes and mountains. And one of my dreams here was to broadcast this. So I've been consulting with Mountain Lifer, a friend of mine who lives his life in the mountains. That's his Appalachian Trail name. So fingers 1 and 3 on frets 9 and 12, and you'll be happy to know that he's identified a few hilltops in the Appalachian Mountains where we can broadcast our morning live stream from. So keep in mind that's coming. So we'll be doing that, which means I'll give it a good alpine start. So we'll be leaving here at probably 2 o'clock in the morning, get to the foot of the hill at about 6, lace up, get on the hill by 7. Oh no, we can't do that. No, I'll have to be on. So let's see. I'll have to do the logistics. But maybe it's a sleep out in the van kind of thing and show up at the foot of the 3-hour climb, 4-hour climb, 4.5-hour climb to the top of the summit. And we'll do a little broadcast from maybe Saddleback or some of Mount Washington maybe or something like that. Mount Washington will come. These will come a little later in the season, but we'll be seeing some pretty cool scenery. I'm pretty confident of that. And we'll put my mind in the right place. It'll feel really good. So let's go ahead. Now is a good time. Every 15 minutes, I like to try to get a good solid stretch in here. So let's try this today. Let's see what happens with a little stretch. Some days feel different than others too, don't they? And it's okay. It's okay if they all feel different. Sometimes we want to play the guitar, or sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're going for the mound, sometimes you're going for the almond joy. It just, I think the important thing to remember for me is just to get with the guitar, just to sit down with the guitar. And it seems like I think this is episode number 66, right? If you've been following along, this is episode number 66. And by the time we reach the end of this year, we will have accumulated over 260 hours of practice time together. So that is going to change. We're actually at the beginning of the second quarter of the year, so we have a review coming up of our first month in the next few days or a week. But we have a review that we're going to publish here too, just a kind of a landmark about our achievements together. So, all right. Let's see. This feels really good. I also wanted to encourage some form of stretching in the morning and in the evening before wake up time, before getting out of bed. After get out of bed, stretch, and then before bed, stretch. So I've been working a yoga program in the mornings just to kind of get the body awake and ready before the guitar. And then I have to found that it's helpful for me to do that same process in the evening before bed too. So maybe it will help you too. Maybe it's nothing you want to do, and I can't blame you. 1E and a 2E. Good morning, Jill. Joined a little late. Internet is down. We started the morning without any power. We had a few miles up the road, we had a car collide with a telephone pole this morning, so there was a major accident and set power out for a couple hours this morning. So we were running by flashlights, headlamp, and wood stove. And 5G service. 1 and 2. What are we doing? All right, so 1, 2, 3. Oh, 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2, and you know what to do. 2, 3, and 4, and 10, 11, 12. Good morning, Jill. Jumanji. tuned in, do you cover hand stretches, warm-ups before stream or during? Before and during. Good question. That's a great question. That's a where the rubber meets the road kind of question. So I was just talking about, I'm not sure if I end up with a bourgeois guitar in my hands in the next week or two, but I'm getting ready to jump in we have a Mercedes, like a Sprinter van, and I'll probably document some of that a little bit, but we are getting these morning rituals on the road as soon as the weather really starts to permit. And the idea is to just to get out and breathe some fresh air. And as far as now is concerned, I'm just going to use the workhorse here, the Martin, but I'd really like to have a bourgeois guitar in hand. So we'll see how that works out. But for now, what's going on is you're tuning into the morning ritual for guitar growth, and my name is Jason, and I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. So I invite you, it's free. 1 E and a 2 E, 10, 11, 12, fingers 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah, Jill. Hey, I heard somebody's got a cold here. Who has the cold? Oh, Robbie, I hope you get well soon, man. Normie65, do the whammy bar thing. Oh yeah. Yeah, I really enjoy that whammy bar thing. That tremolo bar. I haven't figured out how to install a Floyd Rose on this bad boy yet. Cass, I hope today is treating you amazing so far. Thank you for bunches of streaming and keep up the great work. Cass, wow, I really appreciate that. That really means a lot to me. And the fact that you take a minute to just to comment, that's really cool. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're here. So welcome, Cass, Jumanji, some new faces here this morning, and I'm really enjoying the new faces. So if you haven't heard the thing yet, Brian, if you haven't heard the thing yet, what we're doing here is we're working together. Of course, we're alone, but we're together, and we're working toward adding quality as we become, better. We improve our lives as guitar practitioners of the guitar. So we're going to work. I just want to continue focusing on just getting through the program, the chromatic style, programmatic stuff, and encouraging good quality breathing. And then I wanted to also start working on some additional finger stretch exercises for my fretboard hand. So that's really important to me. So we'll start with frets number 9, 10, 11, and 12, and we'll use fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2, 2, and a T, and a O, and a... Sky Animates, did you get my email about NTFs? Maybe we could set up some music ones like I've done for... I don't know, did I see? Are you talking to me? Sky Animates? If you are talking, Salma, hello. Hello. I did not receive an email, but I did receive, I receive a lot of emails. I got 100,000 plus or whatever in my inbox. But if you do email me, you're more than welcome to email me, jasoncareyguitar@gmail. But be sure in the subject line to place the words morning ritual for guitar. And that really helps me personally and others who are helping me with the email to identify, and it helps our smart email box to get them in the right place. So if you do email me, if you wouldn't mind just kind of getting that in the subject header, morning ritual for guitar growth. Just one of those things that helps us to get the communications where they belong. Just gets the data where it belongs. Sorry you missed yesterday, Robbie, but glad you're here today for certain. Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Mr. Husband from the north. From the north, eh? Look for one from Deadhead. Okay, cool. Right on. I'm just going to speed this one up a little bit because I feel like I really wanted to just get my right hand going. Mr. RD, artist, Bernie, what's going on this morning? Yes, good to see you. I wish I had a little foghorn here ready to go. Give it a few beeps. 1 E and a 2. Da, 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 da. I'm just going to work 6 beats, 6 attacks per beat. And I'm just working the 1, 2, 3, 4 and on frets 9, 10, 11, and 12. But this time we're working on the finger roll. And I'm fasting still this morning. The only thing I've had is a little bit of bean. So when I say finger roll, I really get excited about morning breakfast, which I don't do until after this typically. Breakfast is going to likely be granola on top of some vanilla Greek yogurt, or my wife makes these beautiful homemade Pop-Tarts with her sourdough starter. So I might indulge in one of those. So 1, 2, here we go. Just really trying to dial my right hand in, my picking hand. It feels really slow this morning. Locking on. After this, we'll head back to some 4th finger stretches and 1st finger stretches. Yeah, I wonder how. You guys still awake out there? Yeah, good. Well, good morning. I hope everybody's got a good sizable amount of energy ready to spend down for the course of the day, doing good work, doing the good things. Here we go. Let me just check the tuning. Yeah, we're good to go. So I just released something yesterday too. It was kind of a song I worked on. I changed the title so it won't geolocate me, but the old title is something I don't want to share right now. But we just call it the song "The Flow." It's just kind of an exercise in like I taught some of this stuff to Chris from the Claire Lynch Band, and then Tyler from the I think maybe the Drew Emmett Band or whatever. But I wanted to see what happens when we placed some John Coltrane style changes, John Coltrane style melodies over the bluegrass flat pick genre. So I ended up releasing this song yesterday in the form of an exercise. So if you haven't seen it yet, it's not it's a short video, but it's a really exciting song to me. Like the changes start with like this G. The tempo is at like 134 or something like that. It's like smoking, but it's really designed to be flowing like a river, right? So the melody flows like a river, and then it takes these twists and turns. And if you're down an old logging river, you sometimes will see these logs come up. They get stuck in the bottom, and then they're canoe rippers. You know what I mean? If you go over those with a canoe, it'll turn your canoe right over. But so the current twists and turns, and I thought John Coltrane's changes from giant steps would be really cool to look at. So I think I wrote this in around 2009, 10 or something like that. when we were running around to bluegrass festivals in our competitive guitar days, which we are returning to which we are making our return. So I'd like to draw your attention to that. I think it's called Blazing Bluegrass or something. I'm not sure what it's a really fun song though. I think you'll like it. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy it. Hello, Uncle. You got talents. CH. Wow, we still remember the uncle thing, huh? Wow, we've got some old school people here. You're going back to some of the first sessions that we did live streaming here. Barbara, good morning. Outside looking for one of my turkeys. I think it's sitting on eggs. Yeah, those are nice turkey eggs right there. All right, let's take a quick look at these finger stretches. Enough of this. I just got, maybe I'm stalling a little bit because these start to just get me going here. So we've got 4 attacks per beat. Let's do 5s, right? Let's try 5s. We haven't done 5s yet today. 5s are overdue, and I could definitely use the work on 5 attacks per beat. So if this is too fast for you, or no problem. You can go back in this video repost. You can go back to 31 minutes in and look for it and look at it at half speed and then try these 5. 5 super important thing to get down for me. Super important so that I can, really understand our pentamerous nature. So we have 5 limbs, we have 2 legs, most of us, 2 arms, most of us, and a head, some of us, and then so we have this pentamerous nature. So I really like to study 5s. 1. Hey, Anthony Tortorello. I do have an email coming for you. I know, it's just, things take time, don't they? I have a feeling that it'll be fun. I saw that you replied to one of my emails, and I get the feeling that you might be open to whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I haven't read it, haven't really opened it, but I hope to have some time today to do this. So I've got some other news and exciting stuff, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finger 4 stretch. And we're using, 1, 2, 3, finger 4 stretch. And this irregular rhythm really places us in a position where we have to. I really want to focus on my breath here for this one. Because 5s typically give me a little bit of tension in my lower legs for some reason. Mark, putting on the shoes. He's getting his feet dressed, getting ready to head off to work. Have a wonderful morning, Mark. Thank you very much for being here. We'll see you again soon. Yeah, and be well. Fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. We're kicking the first finger back. We'll finish up with the quintuplets or 5 attacks per beat, and we'll get this rolling. 1, 2, right after this, we'll go ahead and stretch. One more position here. Wow, that's good. It feels good to have made it through that. So I'm going ahead, just give it a good stretch, straighten the elbow out. I wanted to share with you, like Scott Sterling is just, we have some really cool guitars coming up. I have a little bit of a backlog with the guitars of the morning ritual, and rather than release them all at once, Mr. Anthony Tortorella has got a couple of really beautiful situations. We have some more coming. I wanted to draw your attention to Scott Sterling's Schecter, the old Dream Machine. Really cool guitar, really rare, sort of rare bird, and it's living on the community tabs of the posts tab on this right here at Jason Carey Guitar. If you're into old guitars, then you're more than welcome to go check that out. I think you'll enjoy the color, the patina, the design, the layout. The guitar just is a beautiful looking guitar, and the story is even cooler, you know. So if you're interested in the guitars that we're using here, that are sharing with, or sharing our time together, if you're interested in the guitars that we all use, you can learn more about the guitars of the morning ritual in the community tabs page, you know, the posts page, the posts tab. So I'd encourage you to check that out. But thank you so much for, it'd be really easy to make this all about me. But it's, you know, it's not, I'm not really about a whole bunch of flash. I mean, I try it out once in a while, but it's not really me, right? It's not my thing. And it's always been my thing to just work with quiet power, and then, you know, when it's time to do it, it's time to do it. But it's also worth noting that it's worth noting others. You know, it's worth noting a rising tide floats all boats, I'll put it that way. So it's really cool that you feel comfortable enough to share your guitar images with us and your guitar backstories with us. So just really cool to see what might be happening. It really improves my imagination as to what's going on the other end of the screen, you know. Light seconds away. All right. Oh, where do we find the community? So if you go directly to my channel homepage, underneath the channel there's a banner. There's a, you know, like probably a welcome video or some kind of video up there, and then I don't know if it's that little menu bar there, or if it's just underneath that, but you'll either see the word community or the word posts. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I haven't really figured out the navigation for that yet, but I think it's pretty, if you go to the home page, I think Jason Carey Guitar, you can find it, community or posts. But the guitars are so cool. Like, it's so awesome to see these great guitars, and it's always a surprise to see them, and an even bigger surprise is the backstory. So very cool to see. 1 E and a 2. What are we doing next? Let's go ahead and use this 1, 2, 3, 4, this old diagonal pattern, but let's use it in a different way today, if you don't mind. I'm just going to, and Robbie, what's the name of your daughter's yoga channel? What, there's someone's doing yoga here? Oh, play for him maybe. Sometimes maybe he listens. All right, thank you, Raul. I dubbed it Bruce in honor of the previous owner. And Robbie, what's the name of your daughter? Oh, struggling with some things right now, but find peace. Southeast doing the yoga sessions. She's a sweetheart. Oh, good. So she's right here on YouTube. I've been using the, my instructor is currently, I don't travel for yoga, I just have been using Apple TV for yoga, so it's been Jessica Sky, but we do half an hour, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night, and that's really essential for me to continue doing what I'm doing here. The more that phone call is just maybe it. Okay, I'm not sure. Connection problem. Did I get you back? Okay. All right. Cool. Here we go. All right. There we go. 1E. So I'm going to use this 1, 2, 3, 4 exercise like we normally would do, but I'm just going to use just 2 attacks per beat. So 2 attacks per note. And then we'll work on 3 attacks per note. So 1E and a 2E and a here we go. Is everything back? Everything's back. Okay, thank you. This feels a little slow for me, but I'm really going to focus on just getting everything perfect. What's going on, Marco? Yoga flow, that's cool. All right, so let's go ahead and do a 16th note triplets here. So just working on the same old stuff. Now this really just gets me to the point where I'm feeling really good about warming up. I've got this really nice, sort of like, it's almost like the post-runner's buzz, you know what I mean? The post-run buzz, like this you know, I'm kind of feeling warmed up, feeling like I could go for 9 or 10 miles. And if I can go for 9 or 10 miles, I can go for 17. And if I can go for 17, I could go all day. Do you know what I mean? It's just a mind over matter thing. But I feel like the body's, you know, been pretty much warmed up to the extent that I can start working on strumming patterns. And I really wanted to just expand a little bit on, only because this is something I'm personally working on at the moment. And it's really just extending like G runs, you know. So instead of, you see that like the recent video that I just released, I think it just landed yesterday. It's the blazing bluegrass. It's not really blazing bluegrass. It's more like flowing bluegrass. It's actually a song that we redubbed. We call it the flow because of the name. It sort of geolocates me, and I don't, you know, you don't really need to do that right at the moment. But it's a really nice, really great song that I wrote for, you know, competition use, and it's a fun one. You know, I think it's got some John Coltrane style giant steps changes in it, and it's you know, sort of like a cool sort of flowing bluegrassy flat picking type of song. So it's called Blazing Bluegrass or something like that is the thumbnail that you can kind of recognize. Green letters, you know, it's kind of big and fat letters, so you won't miss it. But I wanted to just start a little bit with what happens if we start with a G5 chord. And I'm starting at 60, of course we're still at 60 beats per minute. And I'm focusing on, I can easily overlook all of the benefits of just practicing G5 for a couple hours. I'll just start with the bass note. Sometimes there's a bass player on board and we end up playing bluegrass, we end up playing the bass anyway, the bass note, the root note of the bass anyway. Not really sure why that is. Most of us would play the bass note, even if the bass player is laying down a G note. I'll still play a G note in the bass for some strange reason, even though it's completely unnecessary. I could play F sharp in the bass. I could play F in the bass, F sharp in the bass. I can play any note I want on the bass. Right? It's music. It's perfectly free to do whatever, perfectly legal to do whatever you want. Soften off the edges. We want to just leave the edges kind of a little rounded, a little camphor on the edge. We don't need to play the G chord, but I want to play the G in the bass right now because there's no bass player. So I'm working on G, and I can smash through the G, or I can just kind of jump up to the open D string and alternate between the G, the boom chick, and then the alternating bass line. And then I can just scrape through the chord, get really close to the bridge. Or I can get closer to the neck. Been down this long, lonesome highway as far as I can go. Really simple stuff. and then a nice approach to D. We could also lay down some bar chords, but if I don't focus on what that one chord is doing for me, I can really expand my horizons just by alternating back and forth between the G and the D and the bass, alternating bass line. So let's see, there's a Jerry song in there somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. So this is perfect, like that kind of song is, it's sort of like ingrained, so it's a perfect way for me to sort of, for us to sort of express extending bluegrass, like, you know, the G runs, or walk ups and walk downs. So it's perfectly suited for that, right? So we, you know, so the first thing that I might do is just learn the melody, which is stated in the bass region of the guitar strum pattern. And if you wanted to learn it, I've got I think I did a video on it, you know, Ripple on my channel here, I think. So you could actually go learn the melody and then check that out, come back. But instead of walking instead of really working in that direction, let's think about like what can we do to extend a G run. So the typical G run in bluegrass, our flat picking sort of circle might be just a, you know, a pretty simple sort of forward roll, and I don't want to discount that. There are so many variations just on that forward roll that we can benefit from. So I'm hitting like a lot of lot of those sort of like ways to end the songs, those G runs, typically, you know, and you know, we chromatically approach the 3, and then just from that color tone, that 6, we launch up to the high G string, and then maybe unfurl, maybe pay out the rest of the chord. I think in this situation, I wanted to examine, like, why do we actually use that B flat, for example, and we never really make anything, I never really make anything of it. So what if I just built a G run by that passing chord, you know, instead of just kind of using it as a passing chord, why don't we try to figure out how to make that B flat major 7, try to figure out how to make that our principal interest, or our, you know, we've got some paint on the palette, only this time there's no G5. We'll scrape all that off, we'll scrape all the old stuff off, and just put a bunch of B flat major 7 on the palette, and this is what we have to work with. So this is the kind of thinking I like to get engaged with, because now it gives us some really cool, like the open A string, the half steps, the open D string, the open G string. Focusing on just open position. Let's see, what we're approaching it. I'm approaching this from G5, and I'm working on extending what I think I know about G runs. I have 25 Grateful Dead albums on hard drive. Very good. Yeah, why wouldn't you? Good idea. Oh, Europe 73. Darn it. So immediately we get all these really cool, like the first thing that I get is really nice descending pattern. So really nice descending pattern from B flat major 7. Maybe it's B flat Lydian. Right, it is. It is Lydian. Slide up to fret 5, we can just continue our strum from there, right? We don't need to go back down to that G. We can octave reduce the G. If we want to get a little bit heavier, a little more, we're going to create a banger of a G5 chord. We can just drop that G there, I think. It's really kind of, you know, again, pouring the gas on the fire when we slide up from fret 3 on the B string and G string. Nope, D string. Up to the open fret 5 on the open the D string, and then open up the G string on top of it. That, and then something about that voicing with the open G, the fret 3 on the top 2 strings. Something about that just gets your heart thumping a little bit, you know. Then we can start double timing it. Now what note, why would we not use the E minor 7, you know, arpeggio, or E minor 9? We're going to do that. Why don't we take a look at what happens when we do that tritone substitution? That we go back down to that flat 3, pulling back down to that blues, back down to the root note. And we're wrapping it up. Geez, I get carried away sometimes and I miss the comments. I miss time altogether, but I really keep things in time and on time. So thank you for helping me be punctual, Kevin. And I think it's time to go. And I hope you all have a wonderful guitar day. I do say, I just downloaded the Soldano amp, the SLO from Neural DSP. I've been really enjoying that in the studio. So maybe we'll see some of those tones coming. I have in the mail, in the FedEx today is coming one of the Headrush Flex Pros or whatever. So there's another amp model or like a hardware unit that's coming. So I'm kind of excited about that, just to check it out. So, all right, feed the hens. All right, I'm done yapping. So, real life, real time. Let's play some more guitar today and tell me some stories about what you're up to tomorrow. All right, we'll see you tomorrow at the same time. Bring your guitar, and until we meet again, happy picking, friends. We'll see ya.